This may come as no surprise to some of you, but Nadia Suleiman, better known as Octomom, is teaming up with PETA. That's right, for $5,000 and a month's supply of veggie burgers and veggie dogs, Octomom, actually mother of 14 children, which actually makes her a quattro-deco mom, she's agreed to place an ad on her front lawn stating, "Don't let your cat or dog become an Octomom. Always spay and neuter." I'm really glad to see PETA upholding such high standards. Next on their celebrity docket are Ted Nugent, Paris Hilton, and Stalin, who's agreed to place an ad on his grave stating, "Don't let your cat or dog become a murderous, paranoid sociopath hell-bent on world domination. Always spay and neuter your pets." I'm actually thinking they should try to make that a little shorter. Fizzgig submitted an ecogeek story about the Pickens plan. Remember that thing a while ago with the big oil and natural gas tycoon, and he was gonna like change America with all the windmills, and it was gonna be great. Yeah, he called that off when the recession hit. You know, no big surprise there. Now it's back on. He's made a couple changes, mainly the wind part. Yeah, it turns out he's had a change of heart, and now natural gas is the way to go. No, that wind stuff is so like 2 years ago. Fizzgig submitted a treehugger story about malnutrition in Africa. Ukpong Udofia at the University of Uyo, I think, has come up with an interesting solution: giant snails. These giant snails are incredibly common in swamps, really high in nutrients and protein, are cheaper to raise than beef, and taste great. They've conducted studies that show that kids prefer the taste of snail pies to beef ones, and the snails are much less resource intensive to raise. The snails are also becoming a popular novelty pet in the United States. You hear that, douchebag guy who brings a snake to the beach? You better step up your game. I submitted a die-line story about the 360 paper water bottle, a concept designed by Brand Image, made from recycled paper, or what they call a 100% renewable resource. Wait, is that renewable? It comes with an attached paper lid, but I guess you would also need a paper holder so it wouldn't spill on your papers. It's all very high concept. You wouldn't understand. They're very sophisticated over there, Brand Image, except for the part where they don't look up what a renewable resource is. Fizzgig submitted an ecorazzi story about Plain Stupid, a grassroots organization advocating for tougher laws on aviation pollution. They put together this public service announcement that illustrates that one European plane ride creates 400 kilograms of greenhouse gases, or one polar bear. You should also know that making a grilled cheese sandwich creates the same weight in greenhouse gases as any randomly selected and completely unrelated items. So, think about that. Dark Lord submitted a desmog blog story about ClimateGate actually being fake. You remember that story that came out right before the Copenhagen climate talks? About scientists whose email accounts have been hacked and they were found to be manipulating numbers? Yeah, that one. It turns out just a big misunderstanding. After examining the accused scientists' research, comparing it to other scientific data, and hearing testimony, British Parliament found there was no wrongdoing. But I'm sure you've heard that story on Fox News already. So, well, you haven't heard it? Well, I'm sure they're gonna break the story any day now. Yep, indeed. Anyway, while you wait for that, hit me up on the Twitters and the YouTubes and the Facebooks. Sign up and submit some stories. It's easy with a handy bookmarklet. In the meantime, I'll be working on my own campaign with PETA. Don't let your cat or dog become a douchebag who hosts an internet show where he pretends to know about environmental topics. Always spay and neuter your pets. I've got to talk to PETA about the wording of that campaign.